My name is Ismoiljon, and I work as a project manager at Servercore. And today I'm going to talk about special project Servercore and well, hey, okay, and how we solve unique customer tasks and challenges. Could you please open the next? I have around 10 years of experience in managing different types of projects, and for the last 5 years, maybe I'm focusing on more complex projects related to infrastructure. So I've solved for the last year more than 120 different types of projects. So starting from fintech and ending with medtech and airline for airline industries. So of course, not in Kenya currently, but we are working on this. So I have two hats. I'm project manager at Special Projects and Client Solutions Department, and I also do some pre-sale job. I help onboarding clients so that if they have some specific requests, and we help to comply with it and help them onboard easily. Okay, today's topic is how we solve complex and non-standard challenges and infrastructure specifics at Servercore and business requirements of clients, of your client, of you, I mean. And I will give also some couple of examples of completed projects recently. Okay, a little bit about Servercore experience. So Servercore currently is working more than 3 years in Kenya. We have completed 100 plus projects of foreign complexity in a year. And we have extensive geographic location, Kenya, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan. So we also provide service level agreement so that we want to show that we have this guarantee. So service level agreement is 99.98% of uptime. So if we go beyond this, we are financially responsible in front of our customers. And currently we do have 1,000 plus active customers in these regions at Servercore. Okay, what kind of challenges may be faced by you, by our clients? The first one, the first example is, for example, if you are an international company, you are entering Kenyan market and you need infrastructure provider, and you are looking for reliable infrastructure provider. And in this case, we are here to back up. Or you are going out of Kenya, you are expanding your business, so you are working already with Servercore, you know how we work, and you need some infrastructure also, for example, in different countries, in Europe, in Africa, doesn't matter. We are open to discuss the possibility of partnership and to launch a new region just for your project, so that we expand with you, we progress with you. Also, we understand that if you are progressing, which means you need more resources, you need more CPU, you need more RAM, you need more disks. So, but if you have some peak loads, you need to plan in advance to buy it, right? To make some, to go into some capex if you are on-prem. So if you are a fintech company, you are interested in buying. This means that you are going into capex. Or you may go with infrastructure provider where you just pay for the resources that you use, and in peak loads, so you just increase the resources that you want to use, you pay for them, and then you decrease. So we understand that some companies have peak loads like maybe 2 times a year, and for this, just buying, like going into capex is not like financially optimized. Or you want to comply with changing internal or external regulations, maybe security regulations. So for this, we do have a PCI DSS certificate, the last version, 401, if I believe. And or you need a hybrid infrastructure. For example, you have your on-prem infrastructure, but you don't want to go into capex because you know that you need this hybrid infrastructure just for the peak loads, right? So in this case, you want to store and process all the data that is sensitive on your local site, but the less sensitive data you want to store and process in public cloud. Or you also may do the private cloud. We also do provide private cloud. I will tell about hybrid infrastructure a little bit later in details. But now we move on. So when standard solutions aren't sufficient, we launch special projects. Okay. So the first case, if you see, so usually how the customer journey is done, right? So they go to our website, they look for some service that they need, they want to solve some task, right? But not all the time you can find the suitable solution that you need. For example, we have a list of bare metal currently available in Kenyan region, but you need maybe more RAM, you need more disk, or you want to upgrade this server, or maybe you need some custom flavored virtual machine. So it's not present in our website, but this doesn't mean that we do customize our services, right? So if you have this kind of requirements, we are here. So this is the job that my department does. So we do this kind of custom-made solutions for our clients. So we do like a Lego. We build like a Lego and give the solution to the client. So next. Or you are currently using your on-prem infrastructure, you are using maybe AWS or GCP, but you want to store and process your data locally, right? But you have really complex infrastructure. So you can't just go and start migrating, right? Because migration is associated with downtimes and other risks, right? So in this case, it's good to schedule a meeting with us so that to discuss what's under the hood, what do you want to do, and so that we pick up a good solution for you, because maybe you don't know all the services that we provide at Servercore, right? And we also may customize it. So what we do, we first analyze your architecture. So we have engineers, dedicated engineers who analyze and audit all the infrastructure. After the audit, we pick up the solution and prepare the commercial offer so that you can see and compare how much you will pay when you migrate to Servercore. Also, the main point is we check what objectives you are looking for. What is the task? What is the goal, right? What do we want to achieve? So that we properly solve your challenge, your task. And also after we analyze and after we prepare the solution, we give different options and you may choose and you are good to go. And the next, after choosing the proper solution, now it comes about migration, right? So can you go just for the next slide? Okay, we understand that our customers face the first thing when they want to migrate to Servercore is the risks associated with migration. So unplanned downtimes, failures. So if you have failures or downtime, which means you are losing your clients, which means you are losing your money, right? You don't want this. So because this isn't done like on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, you may want to migrate maybe once a year, once in 3 years maybe. So you don't do like in a daily basis the migration to another infrastructure provider. That's why you are increasing your risks, right? So that's why we have a dedicated team of migration administrators who migrates customer infrastructure on a daily basis. So they already have a good experience in migration. So the first thing they do, they go and analyze your infrastructure, and we structure process step by step and support you through the full transition. And there are two options to migrate. The first thing is that we migrate your infrastructure as is. So we don't change anything. We just migrate as it is currently in your on-site or in other infrastructure provider. Or the second option is migration with upgrade. So which means you want to increase your fault tolerance, right? You want to have better reliability, or maybe you want to have some requirements, special requirements that need to be considered after the migration. So we do also migrate with upgrade. And the good thing is that in 90% of the cases, it's free of charge. For this, you need to just comply with one condition, which is to have like more than $250 per month bill. So that's it. So if you comply with this, the migration will be done by our engineers for free. Or you also may ask us to consult you. We can also do this. So we have two options. We can do migration fully with our engineers, or just help you to migrate. Next. Okay, please raise your hands who are from banking industry. Okay, 1, 2, okay, 3, Good. How about fintech? Oh, we have good. Medtech, maybe? Great, great. Okay, for banking and for fintech industries, there are some regulations that they need to comply. Okay, maybe your organization is in different industry, but you also need to comply with the regulation that you need to store and process your data inside on your on-prem infrastructure. But less sensitive data could be stored and processed in infrastructure provider side, right? So this gives you flexibility using public cloud, public infrastructure provider for the things that have less sensitive, for the things that are less sensitive. So you, in this case, you optimize your capex. You don't go into history of just capex just for peak loads, right? If you have it two times a year for some kind of marketing activity, and just buying for this additional hardware is not financially optimized. Or and in this case, your information security requirements and compliance regulations are fully observed. So you don't breach any regulations, and you optimize your budget. And for this, we provide the dedicated connection between your site and our site, so it will be like extended version of your on-site infrastructure. Okay, we also do have requests for private cloud, mainly from banks, but also we have from retail. They want private cloud because they want to isolate themselves. So they don't want to have neighbors, right? In this case, we provide two options. The first option, maybe it's more interesting for banks. They want this private cloud on their own site. So they don't want to put maybe in data center at Servercore facility. In this case, we provide our software, virtualization, everything, all the services, and the customer support 24/7. But the hardware should be bought by the client. Okay, so because they have regulation of buying of owning the hardware, right? And the second option is a full bundle where we provide hardware and software. So we buy all the hardware, we put our virtualization and isolate you. In this case, you don't have any neighbors and you have fully private cloud just for you, right? And we have also the customer service for this. Okay, I want to talk about 4 steps that usually we take for special projects. There are 4 steps. And if you can see on the left side is the most important step of the stage. Okay, it's a technical meeting and preparing the technical specification document. So if you can see here, you can see. Can you hear me? Yeah. At this stage, Servercore and client takes participation, but on the right side, you can see that only Servercore does all the job, right? So for this technical meeting, it's very important to prepare, right? And we usually send the list of questions before the meeting so that we have very productive meeting, so that we don't like waste your time just asking for next meeting, right? We want to have full meeting. We want to call you the specialists that are needed in this meeting. That's why we send questions in advance so that you may prepare and call the people, the specialists who are really needed in this meeting. Okay, about technical meeting and its details, I will talk a little bit later. But the main thing is that it's the only part where the customer takes participation, right? And the next step is after we organized meeting, we prepare the technical specification document. We pick up solutions, different types. And after we pick up solution, we calculate the commercial offer, right? And we send it to you. You go to analyze. If you have questions, we are ready to help and answer them. And after you approved the budget for this, we start implementing the project. And what we do, we determine the work schedule, and project delivery timeline with Gantt chart, so that you see all the activities, what is going on, right? And after this, after we implement the solution, we give a testing period so that you may test. And if you find some bugs or something, like if you have some questions, we help. And only after you say that the project was successful, after this we close the project. Before this, we don't close. Until you say the project is successfully complete, we don't close. So we keep working, If you accept it, then we provide all the resources, and then you are going to customer care, and they just do the operational part. Okay, focusing on technical meetings, why they are important. Our main goal is to effectively solve your task, which means all the work is personalized, right? So we want to solve your task, your challenge, so that you comply with all your regulations and all the goals that you are putting on your business objective. Okay, what kind of questions we ask? So here we can see samples of questions that we send usually. So the first question is what kind of task we are solving? What kind of task we are solving, so that we are all on the same page. Now maybe we are moving to the cases, right, that we realized. Next. Okay, the first case. It's one of the biggest banks. I cannot tell in which region it is, but it's a digital bank for individuals and for businesses. They come with a request to arrange an isolated instances physically and remotely. And they also ask us to make it hybrid. So it's a private cloud and hybrid, because they have their own on-premise infrastructure at their site, and also need private cloud at Servercore facility, and they want to connect it. So what we did, the results are that we provided with rack with VIP rack with individual access. So they have also the camera, the surveillance. They see who enters, who opens, right? So they have full total control of everything. Also, we put their private cloud so that they don't have any neighbors, because they need to comply with the regulations, and provided the hybrid solution and connected it with their site on-premise infrastructure. The services that they are using, it's cloud services, managed Kubernetes, database as a service, and some bare metal. Okay, going to next case is for fintech company. It's a prop trading company. It's one of the oldest prop trading companies in Asia, and they have multiple locations. One of them it's in New York, like in Asia, and in different parts of the world. I cannot tell it, but as in general words, I can tell. So the challenge was to arrange dedicated resources for the specific software, and it was not easy to pick up the right solution, because they also had 20 years problem that they couldn't solve for the last 20 years. So during picking up the right solution, we found out that we can also solve this problem, and we made custom made bare metal for them, and they tried it and they liked it. And after this, we made connectivity between the continents, between the United States and Asia. And after using our platform for more than half a year, they decided to move all their infrastructure to Servercore facility. Currently, they are one of the biggest customers of our of Servercore. By the way, this gentleman asked about the local companies who are using, who may we present. We also have a recent project that we finished, but due to some compliance part, we cannot publish it now. But this one of the clients is sitting here, and maybe I give some word. William, are you willing to tell about the process, the journey that we had at Special Projects? Yeah, it's William. It's from Real Analytics. He's head of infrastructure. It's a Kenyan company, if you know. And just a little 2 words about the process that we had.
Hi guys. So my name is William. Come from Real Analytics. Head of systems there. I think for the gentleman, yes, we had a very good time. with the migration. So Ismoiljon's team came in after we had scoped what we wanted. The next thing was, I think, he's mentioned a few things. There are custom VMs that they can customize for you based on your usage. We had a use case that could not fit within the virtual machines specifications. And also to confirm that they did not close the project until we were happy. And I think we gave them a lot of hell in between because where we were moving from and where we were coming to, there were a lot of blockages. So just to confirm that, yes, the team is quite competent, quite hardworking. So far, we're enjoying our stay at Servercore.
Thank you, William. We have also one big company, Kenyan company, like he couldn't come. If he come, I would ask him also to give some words. But what I want to say that if you have something, some special request, some special thing, you are not sure, you have some doubts, you have some questions, please come to our sales managers. Please raise your hands. Our sales managers, pre-sale manager, where are you? So please come to them, schedule a meeting with us. We are ready to help. So can you go to the next slide? So to summarize, we have a customized approach, personalized approach. We are ready to solve non-standard requests, challenges. So it's our job to solve this kind of challenges. And please schedule a meeting with us, and we are here to help you. Okay, thank you. It was me today speaking about the special projects. And if you have any questions, please, I will be glad to answer.
Before the question, the guest that you were asking about is Caleb. There he is. Caleb from Uzbekistan. Yeah. So also to...
Are you willing to tell 2 words about our
infrastructure
project? Yeah, that we migrated. I think everyone knows Caleb, right? He's really popular. Come. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Let me start by introducing myself. I'm Caleb. I'm the technical lead at Uzbekistan Technologies. And one thing I'd like to say is Servercore has been a game changer at our company. And I remember it started in December last year when we knew about Servercore, and we decided to migrate our infrastructure to Servercore. And at that time, in the infrastructure that we had before, we weren't able to handle the traffic. Right now, we have almost up to 2,000 customers right now, on which we are serving. And as Uzbekistan is a ERP POS system, okay? And it's an online system that helps businesses to automate their sales, helps businesses to be able to bookkeep whatever sales they have. And I want to say that Servercore has been a really huge game changer. So we were able to cut our costs, honestly, by about 60%. And we were able to have an infrastructure that's able to help us. Number one, we were able to handle database transactions. So you're able to handle our database transactions. Their managed database system is honestly amazing. And we were able even to handle our infrastructures from the code side to the front end, to the database, and even the security. Yeah, so I'd really like to thank Servercore on behalf of Uzbekistan. And you can check us out also at uzbekistan.com. Okay, you'll find all about us there. And businesses, since we've moved to Servercore, honestly, businesses have been having a really smooth time. Okay, they've been having a smooth time right now it's about 6 months now. They've been having a smooth time. Yeah, so actually he's the one who helped us in the migration. Personally, he's the one who helped us in the migration. And then he helped us in be able to learn how to use the Servercore infrastructure for the benefit of the business. Yeah, so yeah, I'm glad to be part of this team.
Thank you.
And I'm glad to be part of this amazing journey with Servercore.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you can have a seat. This way we're like, oh, Aki, thank you. Hug and stuff. But thank you. We'll give out something. You have a question? Before I hand it over, there were a few other ones here, and then I'll come to you.
Oh yeah. So my question was on a managed database service. So what we use is RDS, relational database service offered by AWS. It's pricey because of the IOPS. You get an average of 64,000 IOPS. So for Servercore, for the managed database, there for the special service for the special kind of projects. Do you have like the managed database service that can match the IOPS input output operations offered by AWS RDS?
So, thank you for your question. What was your name?
Bala.
Bala, thank you for your question. So you said the Redis, right? RDS, okay. So if we don't have, so if you want to match the IOPS, so we have a possibility to give how to say, to regulate it, to give you more IOPS if you need. Okay. Also, in our platform, we also have a local storage, which gives very high IOPS. So usually, even for big companies which have really huge transactions going on, it's usually enough. Okay, so we give plenty of IOPS. So if you need more, we also can do some custom-made solution for this. So I usually do this kind of custom-made solutions. I can bring some hardware, put on it some virtualization and other stuff. So if you have some specifics, please reach out to our managers. We will speak and try to pick up the solution that you need. So for this, we need more details in order to help you. Okay. Thank you. Robin, please take his contact and ask what is the task. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
So I was happy when I was going through the data center to notice that you have you host on 2 different racks, so that in case one goes down, the other one picks up. So my question is, what of when we have an absolute disaster, because you use iColo, what if we have a major disaster, let's say in the scale of an earthquake or something, and God forbid this center goes down?
So you are talking about the geographical
exactly.
Yes.
Do you have a copy somewhere?
No, currently, how the business is done. If you have some demand, you launch the second availability zone. For example, in our other region, Uzbekistan, we have 2 availability zones. Now we are preparing to launch the 3rd one, right? Because there is a demand for geographical location. There need to be like at least some kilometers. So there are some regulations. For example, what was your name? From which company?
Carissa from MSF, Medicine Sans Frontiers.
Which Amazon? Medicine. Okay. If you need, if you have this kind of requirements of getting like at least two availability zones, we can do it. Don't worry. So you just come with your request. We calculate it. We show you the calculation of how much you should pay. For example, if the budget is okay, because geographical distribution is expensive. You know this. So not all the clients may need this, because maybe for some clients anti-infinity is okay, just to put in the other rack, right? But for geographical location, so you double the price. So if you have this kind of requirement, we are ready to help. And I also, in the beginning of the presentation, I told you that if you are expanding from Kenya to another countries, we are open to partnership to open the new availability zone in this region. So we are also open to discuss this possibility.
Okay, thank you. So the second question is, do you have support for Azure Local?
Yes, we have a local team. We also have, because we are international company, our teammates are distributed, right? So to provide 24/7 customer support, we need to distribute them. Okay.
What I meant is Azure Local, the Azure Local, where you extend cloud capabilities to local data centers. Basically, now that we do not have a local presence of AWS, Azure, and GCP in Kenya, and because of the data protection laws, there is an option to have to use Azure Local to extend Azure to a local data center. So do we have this capability?
Harry will answer that. Thanks, and I think that's a good question. So when you mean about like extending some of the features that we have to maybe like an on-prem setup. So what we currently have, we find in as we provision most of these assets that we have, they come with kind of integrations, and with Servercore, we are open to any kind of integration. So we do support hybrid situations from cloud and also from an on-prem perspective. And also that these integrations, like for example, if you're looking at security tools, you can just check, and then you have like Wazoo, for example, as a security tool in it. So you find whatever infrastructure that you have comes on board with this kind of features. So in terms of integrations, yeah, we do support hybrid and cloud aspects. I think Ismoiljon had talked about, like for example, fintech companies, whereby you have an on-prem, but when it comes to maybe using some of these resources once or twice in a year, then you have the capability to use Servercore's infrastructure only when you need it. So it's more like translates down as you provision resources too. Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Doreen. I work with DTB. So I have a question. You said you provide managed databases. So I've worked with the provider Azure databases, but we have had some challenges with them in that, especially when you're a company, you have DBS, and the DBS want to have the full control of that database because of some security issues and also the way the infrastructure is built. So they want to match it to their own infrastructure. So we've had challenges with Azure. When you're having managed databases for Azure, the DBA that you have in your team cannot be a super user. And there are some capabilities on the databases you can't do if you're not a super user. So how do you work with companies in that when they want to make sure they have some important administrative controls on those databases?
It's very easy. So if they want total control, which means they don't need the managed database. So managed database means that some part of the responsibility comes on the infrastructure provider, right? So they need to check, they need to monitor some things that on their part. And there is a part of client who needs to focus on their core business, right? But if your company has some regulations that oblige you to comply with them, to have full control on it, you just take resources at Servercore. You launch the MS SQL. I believe you use MS SQL, right? And you have a full control. You may just delete the database itself, like so. Managed Postgres. Oh, we have managed Postgres. So there is a matrix. So responsibilities, what we do, what's on our side, and what's on your side. So if we give you the full control, then we cannot provide the SLA, right? So we provide SLA. We are financially responsible, so that you have a very high uptime. So if you start to changing some settings, it means we cannot guarantee this level of uptime. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
My name is Ryan.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I'm a software developer transitioning to cloud computing, so I'm new to this. Thanks for the brief presentation. It was very nice and informative.
Thank you.
So I have a question. So I'm currently studying under AWS. So I really want to know if there will be local training or community engagements under Servercore, because I'd really like to know about your services.
Thank you for this question.
Yeah.
Robin, please give her some gift, okay? It's a very good question.
Yeah.
It's a very good question. It's commonly asked question. And we, when I came here 3 or 4 months ago, we discussed this possibility and already started working on training on courses so that to give some certificate to potential DevOps, to potential users who have. We are working on it, and when we launch, we of course will tell about it. Thank you.
My name is Joshua. So we are very interested in the certificate, and we we look forward. It's very important. So I'm from Maisha Uplift Community Network, and even when we are engaging with our partners, we usually ask for a certificate.
Thank you. Thank you.
So my question was, are you only in Nairobi or you also in iColo Mombasa? Because redundancy and uptime is very important.
Thank you. If it's really important to some organizations, for example, as yours or some banks, they need geographical availability zones, at least 2. So if you need a second availability zone, it's very easy for us to launch a second availability zone. But currently, we don't have too much demand on this. That's why we didn't launch it. But when there is a need, we of course launch it, and it's very fast. Thank you.
So, good evening, everybody. Okay, my name is Victor Inaina from Eclectics International, and I'm also beginning my startup company, which is in progress. So, I met a couple of people here from Servercore when I was in Tech Expo, and they really took me through. And recently, they took me through still the whole process. Now, my question comes up when for the startup companies, the regulations currently with the one-time people, it's very hard. So the best thing, okay, I'm in the cybersec and at Eclectics. So for the startups, since it's very hard to have the PCI DSS, and that's kudos for you people. And so my question is, because the project that I'm currently working on involves a lot of data transactions, and with the projection in the next 3 years, there's going to be too much traffic. And in the one-time country, there's something we have the Data Protection Act. Yeah, policy. Yeah, data protection. Yeah, that one. Imepotea. Oh, it has gone away. So saying that if we decide to come on board, okay, we're in the process. Do I need now, since if the client says that, are we data compliant? And the other thing is that, are we PCI DSS compliant? Does it, when we come into partnership, because I do believe these places work for partnership, will Servercore take the liability because all the traffic is going to you and all the data DB will go to you people still? So that is my question, is that before we get the compliance certificates and also the PCI DSS certificates, will you help us in just in case we don't say we take the liability, the both of us? Yeah, that is my question. I don't know if you have understood it.
It's a really commonly asked question. Thank you for a question. So if you see, there are 2 parts of these questions, right? The first part is that Servercore takes responsibility for the infrastructure that they provide. So on top of this infrastructure, you build your software, right? You build your own architecture, right? On top of it. So starting on top of our infrastructure, you are responsible to comply with these regulations, right? But for the part that is related to infrastructure, we provide and we give this responsibility. We take this responsibility. So you need to understand that there are 2 parts of this, right? So you have your own part because you need to comply with these regulations in front of your regulators. And there is a part that we do because we need to comply also with PCI DSS to our fintech companies. So for the part of infrastructure, you may have a peace in mind, but for your part, for your software, because you need to have also some security in your software, right? For this part, you need to take responsibility and comply with all regulations.
Okay, so just to get it right, you're saying that when that time comes and I onboard the whole system, and currently I don't have the compliance certificates, mostly the data protection from the data commissioner. So it means that I'll be still on hold until I get compliant, so that I come and onboard the whole system on you.
No, I mean that specific for your business, you need to comply with some regulations, right? You mean specifically to your business. So if you specifically comply with them, it's okay, right? But for our part, we did our job and we are already compliant with these regulations. I mean, PCI DSS ISO 27001 and the third one, yeah. So you need to understand that there are two parts. So there are our part as an infrastructure provider and your part. So if we have more questions, so I want to just tell you, we have a dedicated team on security who helps our clients to comply. If you want to comply, you have a lot of questions to comply specifically to your business. We have a specific team who helps to answer these questions and comply with all these regulations. Also in your part, okay? They do some consultancy because we have a lot of clients coming with these questions and they already have some experience. Thank you.
So yeah, because of time, guys. Of course, we have to follow strict policies from the data center, iColo. I'd like to introduce my guys again. Just Wycliffe, just raise your hands. Teddy, Laura, Harry. We are here for any questions that you guys might have. At this particular juncture, I'd like to, of course, our beautiful ladies over there will serve us with our drinks, and then guys can continue to mingle. And as I said earlier, if you have any more questions on our infrastructure, you need more insights, please, we are here. So apart from that, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasing pleasure to be here and see these amazing, handsome and beautiful faces to come and understand, of course, our infrastructure and what Servercore has to offer. So once again, thank you so much, and the whole day starts now. Enjoy. My DJ, take it away.
Thank you.